We are reading a hand of a male who is aged 20, and we would start his reading. But just before that, I wish to tell you that press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update. To get a paid reading from me, you can call me or you can email me to get a paid reading. And now we straight away head to this particular hand image. In this particular hand image, the hand has got very less lines over it. The lesser the lines, the better it is considered to be. Because if there are too many lines, what it does is that it spoils that particular area. See, each area is for some meaning or the other. Every area has got some meaning or the other. Like this particular area, this is the area of Mercury. This is the area of your skill. This is the area of your calculations, communication, all these things. So for doctors, for engineers, for business people, for orators, for writers, for computer scientists, for computer engineers, for computer coding people, this area is seen. So lesser lines over it is a beautiful sign to have. So any place like this area is the area of your fire and desires. Fire, the burning desire, and this is the area of your desires. So in general, when we see that there are less lines, we say that the hand is positive. When we say the hand is positive, we do not mean that the life is going to be a cakewalk. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but whatever challenges come in front of this particular person, he would be able to handle those challenges. When we talk about handling the challenges, we have to look at the heart line. This is basically the heart line. The heart line out here is perfect, super perfect. And generally what people want to know is regarding this is basically the money line. They think that money line is going to be telling regarding the money. I do agree to some extent that the money line tells about the money, but the importance of money line is very limited, because don't think that money line would tell you everything about the money. This kind of a money line can be seen in the hands of a billionaire, a millionaire, or even a beggar. So don't think that such lines mean everything. It is the combination of all aspects of your palm, each and every aspect of your palm, that makes or breaks up basically a particular person. So the importance of the heart line, this is basically the heart line. This tells about your physical heart conditions as well as the way you react to situations. See, this kind of a simple kind of a heart line basically means, I'll just draw a complicated kind of a heart line first, so that you know what I'm basically talking about. Some people might have got a chain like formations, this kind of a formation. So this is basically getting distracted. This basically means that the person is not focusing on his work, and the person is in two boats. Like when two lines are running parallel, it means that the person is in two boats. But in this particular case where the heart line is simple, it means that the person is in single boat and the person is focused and the person practices detachment. So detachment is basically the key for success. Detachment does not mean detaching yourself from your parents or your wife or your children, or not enjoying your life. Detachment is what Gita says. Detachment means being in the moment without having expectation of the outcome. This is what detachment means. So a person who practices detachment basically would be able to be highly successful, and this person is totally detached. It doesn't mean that the person doesn't love. Try to understand there's a distinguishment between detachment and getting attachment. Attachments bring success. Detachments is kind of the meaning that I've just explained, that is being in the moment without having expectation of the outcome. It means moh nahi hona. So many people, what they have a heart line and they have got these branches over it. Branches over the heart line. Branches over the heart line would mean that the person is flirtatious and the person is getting distracted and the person is carrying the extra baggage of disappointments of the past. So the person is not living in the present, they are living in the past and the future. So the person who lives in the present is a person who is going to be more successful. So such a person is never stressed up. There could be many stressful situations, but it doesn't mean that the person would get like bogged down it's not going to be, see, some people, what they do is that when stress comes, they basically run away from the problem. But out here, the person is not running away from the problem. The person would face all the problems and come out of it as a winner. So such a person should keep high challenges in front of them. If they keep high challenges in front of them, the chances basically brighten up for them. And the bigger the challenge, the better it is going to be. So this is one aspect. So heartline is the most important portion of your hand, and it tells about the money aspect as well, which I've already explained. So another aspect that we see on the money line is your inclination. Where is your inclination? Your inclination basically lies somewhere on the mount of your heartline inclination. Your heart inclination lies on the mount of Saturn. This is basically the mount of Saturn. Saturn is the area of responsibility. This is the area of money management. This is basically the area of managing money well. This is the area of your calculation. The person can be a very good calculator. These perpendicular lines means the person is very good at communication and calculation, but need not be that the person is good at managing money. So managing money is basically coming from the area of Saturn, and the heartline that ends on the Saturn means that these people would be good at managing and multiplying money, responsibility. Before even your whatever your family asks, you would try to provide them, and whatever money you are giving, you would want to multiply it. And this is a habit that has been there not right from right now. It has been right there from the early age when you were basically a small kid. And see, in the initial years of your life, you might say that you might be a spendthrift and you basically spend too much money and not saving anything. But this portion of the area of Venus appears to be prominent, and if it is prominent, basically it means that the person has got huge amount of desires and a huge amount of energy and stamina and vitality, and they love a good life, all these things, and they would spend more. But at the same time, the heartline says that these people are responsible and good at managing money and conserving money as well. See, Saturn is an old man, and Saturn old man basically means that they have all the qualities of the old man in you. So a beautiful aspect. So this I've already told you. Now we come back to the Mercury Mount. On the Mercury Mount, you have a perpendicular line, and there's also a line that is going from near your money line and moving something like this. There's a small wave-like formation out here, although it's not so good, but yet it's not that bad. The straighter the line, the better it is considered to be. Or even if the line is curving kind out here, even that is good. So this line is forming the Mercury line and another Mercury line out here, and this weak Mercury line. So out here, this is the money line. So you might have heard that many people talk about the money triangle out here. It's not a closed money triangle, but yet it's basically a money triangle. See, money triangle is formed with the combination of the skill line, the Mercury line, the money line, and the headline. So this is basically thought process line, and money line is basically money line. So these lines are pointing towards the three fingers. So this is a finger of money, this is a finger of creativity, art, music, and your career line is also seen out here, and this is the area of your skills and communication. So anything pointing, any triangle pointing towards a finger is considered to be good. And specifically like this, it is said that energies penetrate the fingers, or light penetrate the finger, and they enter your palm. When they enter your palm, they basically enter your life, and they are entering like this, and they basically get accumulated out here at this particular time. So this portion of the money line, from here onwards, basically the person starts to get result. So let me just draw those lines again. So you notice that from this portion, the results basically start to come up. So I just pinpoint the age. This is the very early age in life, and as it progresses, it touches the headline. This is basically the headline. So at this point, the age is 35, and the head on the headline, the money line is basically breaking up. It's basically completely vanishing. and a new line is basically developing out here, and that too is going towards the Mount of Saturn and somewhere close to the Sun also. So it's a combination of Saturn and Sun, which I'm just going to explain to you. So out here, the basically major changes are going to take place. This is on Maniland, this is the portion before the age of 35. From here onwards, from 35 to 53, this is 53 on the heart line, and this is 53 and beyond. So the money line as such is very stable till the age of 35. On the age of 35, what's going to happen is that the few problems are going to crop up. See, nobody wants a new career at the age of 35. Person is stable, so they don't want any changes, nothing. They want no changes, and the person probably might have even stabilized, but out here probably some losses might come about, some major problems are going to come about, and it need not be purely financial, it could be otherwise as well. Sometimes our parents or their health deteriorates or their wealth deteriorates, they have losses, so more responsibility is going to come to this particular person at the age of 35. There could be another aspect. The break in the money line could also be considered something like if there could be problems in one's personal life as well, but it doesn't matter if the problems come, provided the line is intact after the age of 35. So it's a very stable kind of a line. The person need not worry about. The reason why I would say the person need not worry about, because the heart line is perfect. That's the reason I would say that however big the challenges, however big the problem the person might face, the person would not break emotionally, the person wouldn't break mentally. So both these areas are perfect, so no need to worry about. There are few upward lines that you see on the Mount of Jupiter. There are many upward kind of lines pointing towards the Mount of Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet for administration, religion and politics. It appears, I might be incorrect, it appears that this particular finger is a little bit longer than the sun finger. Probably sometimes when we take the image, then basically the hand tilts, and probably this might appear to be longer and may not be longer, but I'm considering the first finger to be longer compared to the third finger and giving my conclusions. So if when the first finger is longer, then basically it means that they're attracted towards power, position. These upward lines that you see coming from the lifeline headline means rising up to high position, and rising up to high position doesn't mean at a later stage in life. Rising up to high position is all throughout their life, even when they are kids, even at that particular portion of life. You would notice that both the head and the lifeline are joined together for a very long duration of time. Very long duration. People don't have like this. So this means that the person is cautious, shy, hardworking, contemplating. So many opportunities. So they might contemplate on to do something, and they might miss out on opportunities. People think that if they miss out on opportunities, everything is lost. But I say it's a beautiful sign to have, even if you miss out on opportunities, because you are left with fewer opportunities, and fewer opportunities means that you will be able to work on those opportunities which where other people might lose hope and they leave, but you remain consistent and you remain dedicated. See, dedication also comes from this simple heart line. The person is highly dedicated, and samarpan ka bhav hai, which we call in Hindi. So these two lines joined together means that they are not rash, they are not outgoing, they are very hardworking, contemplating, missing out on opportunities, but succeeding after the age of 35 or after the age of 44. That's just an approximate. When I say 35 and these two lines are tied up together, we also find that the money line is broken at the age of 35. So some major breakthrough is going to come after the age of 35, and that's when the life is going to become much better. We find that in the right hand, the right hand is considered to be the active hand, provided the person is a right-handed person. I assume that the person is right-handed, and this is the area of your fire within you, and this is the area of the fuel within you. So you would notice that there's a long kind of a line running from your area of Mars and running throughout your life. You would notice that the line is a little bit weak during this particular period. This is after the age of 60, roughly 60. This is 60 and beyond. This is the male lifeline. And I would go back to the left hand. See, whenever we find this particular line, it means that the person is a fighter. They fight against difficult people and difficult situations and come out as winners. So, and this is also the spark within us. Imagine the candle is out, so you have to re-spark it, like relight it. So relighting your life when there's problems. See, out here the person is facing problems, major problems, but because the person has got a supporting lifeline, it means that the person is going to re-spark his life at whatever age. It's not just at 35. See, from at the age of 50, the person loses hope. 35, 40, 45, basically it's a downhill kind of a thing for many people. But out here, the person would never face a downhill. Whatever challenges are going to come about, he would able to face and move ahead in your life. I would show this same line, the supporting lifeline, also called the guardian angel line, on the left hand. You would notice that on the left hand, it's a beautiful, super perfect Mars line. This super perfect Mars line means very good fighters and that fighting abilities within them. Normally, lawyers have it, and lawyers basically are fighters. They fight on a daily basis. Police people, army people, but this line can be found on almost any person's hand. It can be a business person's hand, even a scientist's hand, any person's hand. So it is kind of just fighting spirit. It's purely fighting, a fight within them, fighting against difficult situations. Same upward line on the from the headline pointing towards the Mount of Jupiter. Jupiter is a big planet. Big planet means expansion and growth in one's life, and honor in one's life. So the persons, when the branch from the headline moves towards the Mount of Jupiter, it means that their life is getting guided by Jupiter. And Jupiter is a big planet, means growth oriented, ambitious. And this is a lifelong process, and it is not a single time process. So this is what is basically indicated by these upward lines. Not too many lines can be seen on the palm. Beautiful sign. You take a look. You take a look at the hand of. You take a look at the hand of Serena Williams, Oprah Winfrey. You take a look at Akshay Kumar. They don't even have money line. They don't even have a sun line, the career line. Even then, super successful. But the main thing that they have is this area, the area of desires. And this area is padded, so the person has huge amount of desires. This is the fighting spirit, and the person has got this supporting Mars line. Supporting Mars line is seen in the hand of Sonia Gandhi and in the hands of Mamata Banerjee. So they are fighters from within. So it's very difficult to pin them down and pull them down. And so this is what I wanted to represent out here. I hope you like this particular video. If you like this video, click on the like button and do subscribe to my channel. I wish to add a few things before I end this particular video. People want to know about money, possessions, and wealth. Everything cannot be told from the money line. Money line only tells 15% regarding how much money you are going to have. So we can see money on almost all aspects of your palm, be it your heart line, head line, your lifeline, any line basically we can come to know. And a saint once said, you do not need to go to an astrologer or a palmist to know about your future, because you already know your future. Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what you are doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Keep positive thoughts and keep good company, because good company matters. The person has got a beautiful hand, but if the person keeps bad company, even these things might not apply. Whatever might have told, those things are going to go up for a waste if the person is in wrong company. Although the person can never be in the wrong company, because the person has got a beautiful heart line pointing towards the fingers, and specifically the Mount of Saturn. So the Saturn mounts gives wisdom, and wisdom is what we require, making the right decisions. And these right decisions might have even been there. Right now he's aged 20, but when he was a kid, maybe 5 years, the person would have been wise enough and given good kind of suggestions even to his parents. Thank you for watching. Just one last thing I need to add out here. This is the headline. There's a backward line out here pointing somewhere close to 32 age. So backward lines means some wrong decisions the person might make during that particular age. So the person needs to be careful somewhere from 32 to 35. That's when few problems are going to come up. Thanks, bye, and